Diego's the immortal VP.
Naku, lakad matatag!
Get a last pick, Necrophos. Okay, so now for Polaris, instant pick. Oh, dude, no messing around. Look at that. The instant Arc Warden. I was going to be like, all right. Top lane, here we go. Finally, they're going to look to rotate Lelouch. He's got the Exism ready to rock and roll for our first kill and our first ultimate of the game, as Cuckoo will be able to TP out before secures the kill onto Zephyr. And now they can put some pressure into the tier 1 tower top.
They popped the tombstone.
You got a couple of creeps.
The Vanguard finished up on Force, so that's a plus side.
They TP behind Thompson. It's just the Primal Beast. Not too much pressure is going to be put onto the Morphling for the moment.
Silence.
They do get the silence out. The attribute shift's going to be there fast enough. Thompson can reposition with a waveform, but it's going to be on Cuckoo to turn it around in the team fight. The Scythe is there to secure with a kill onto AU, the first charge of the game. But now you don't have the ultimate to deal with the Death Prophet, but it does not matter as Thompson blows him up with the maxed out point in the waveform. This is a gigantic team. So they see Thompson in the river.
Almost feels like you have to go first on the Primal Beast to try and fight Whitemon just to start the fight.
They're already moving to break Force. What a jump! He gets the claw, but the damage is just not there. Thompson's repositioned. The Morphling's going to be okay. They'll kill off 2 members on Polaris, and now they'll swarm towards the remaining members' location as AU stuck inside the pit. A Scythe to bring him down. And it's all tier 1's ball game now. 3 kills into the Aegis advantage. This is looking
spent a lot of time up top. Available again, maybe just feeling a little bit more conscious about fighting around this tombstone that I was trying to keep healthy, but it's that magnetic field. They look to get this kill.
The follow-up's going to be there. Thompson, 4 stuff in. Waveform as well. Thompson knows no fear, but the hook shot! Zephyr! Cogs on 3. Scythe onto the axe, but he's going to buy back. They're going to look to rejoin the fight. T1, they have to respect the base defense out of Polaris. And look at them not overcommitting. The discipline onto T1. They will not continue with the dive. They're going to back up as soon as they see the buyback out of Force and go for the objectives.
Rock Throw trying to do his best to push it out, but what are they waiting for? Maybe it feels like 30 seconds.
A double call with the Mystic Flare. They're going to try and blow up Arno. They're able to do so, but Force, that's a dieback on your axe. That's all the initiation out of Polaris, and now they're in trouble. It's Thompson. He's still got the Aegis. A waveform into the middle, but the Pulverize into the turnaround. Thompson, he looks unkillable at the moment. Another Grave into the healer. They might be able to deal with the first side, but look at the Satanic lifesteal. Thompson back in fight. Look at the voice line out of Thompson as well. Very cute indeed. Polaris just butting their heads against the wall time and time again. But the Morphling takes the tier 4 down. The throne's exposed. And no one is going to die in tier 1 on this last assault.
Last chance with the axe.
Force is alive. That's an incredible jump.
The damage.
For the call, there's no damage there. Tier 1 sustain is too much for Polaris to handle. What a well-executed game 1 coming out from Dire. The throne will pop shortly. Let's see, it's going to be an incredible jump to stall this one out. It has to be perfect, and it's only onto the Morphling. They haven't even killed off the first life.
He's still not dead.
Times I've said that through this team fight. Oh my lord. Finally. How can they set up for round 2? Instant silence into the Pulverize. They might have the damage. No way. They finally get him. And AU's going to try and charge onto Ana as well, who's locked inside the base.
That's a dieback,
I believe, on Ana. And now Cuckoo as well is stuck in no man's land. So Polaris, they will live to see another day.
I mean, can they just run it down?
I don't think
all the way down mid? I mean, you got to try.
Say die. They're going to see him under the ward shortly. If he goes for this next wave, they might be able to catch him out.
They should
it's a
see
big
the
opportunity here for Polaris.
That was the real Natsumi as well.
They see him again. He's on the ward. Force gets a jump. The Mystic Flare up with the burst potential. The chain
of course, Undying doesn't really like, especially if it's a support. But I suppose even if you go like Beastmaster region coming through.
River up top, Lelouch
Okay.
has enough mana for the Laguna Blade. Whitemon's gonna at least be able to get the Tombstone out before he dies. At Whitemon, they don't even get the kill on the Undying in a T1. They can move towards Lelouch at the mouth of the pit as Thompson finds first blood on the Arc Warden.
At least AU's able to get the Tombstone, the Faceless Void to some extent, at least until he's got the Maelstrom.
It does feel like it's going to be very similar here for Polaris, where it just comes down to their pickup potential. We might see that be the case as top lane force, but look at the bait. Ana, they were ready in the tree line. He gets the double chrono. Now Tempest double will join the party. They'll target down the Sky's Mage first, and now they can look to avoid force. However, he's able to bring down Ana before they secure the kill. Some incredible Ana toggles from force. He'll do it again. The Marcia will reign supreme throughout this skirmish. Beautifully done from Force.
Occasionally, where Cuckoo, as great of a player as he is,
Force is going to be in some trouble top, I think. They TP'd in one, and Zephyr's under cover of the Invis. He does have the lead, so the Sky behind her at the moment. Might be able to get a rebound target to back to safety, but the chain control is perfect from T1 along with the damage. This will open up bottom now, as Cuckoo's also going to be in some trouble. Oh no, they missed the stun though. He will not have the opportunity to be able to TP out. The curse can always stop that. Oh my lord. Let's see if he goes for a TP out. I think they'll still have the damage to get the kill afterwards. And it looks like they will. Cuckoo's not even going to make the attempt. They might lose AU. Cold Embrace will buy him some time. But in the end, at least they get the tier 1 tower here for Cuckoo.
do indeed in this super vulnerable position that isn't exactly so.
And look at the vision they have on T1. The Hawk and the lane scouts them out. Xavier's going to go on the tree line, force down to the south, and the TP from AU. They want to fight, but T1, they brought the numbers to the skirmish. A Bramble will hold back AU for the moment. A Curse going to be able to cover the retreat. Do they consider about going back in on Polaris instead? It's going to be the Arc Warden that gets the kill. And they won't even have to commit to try and help out. Now Natsumi with the song. Can he catch up to Cuckoo? Now with the bonus movement speed, he will be able to close the distance, and Lelouch can fall with the LSA as well. Cuckoo attempts to try and disrupt this with the roar, but it's not going to be there fast enough as Polaris, beautifully done. They bring the numbers to take the skirmish. They find a 2-for-1 trade and can now look to take the tier 1 tower. Misstep from Polaris at the start. Not going to be able to net them another kill. Finally, they'll D-ward. They've got a lane ward though. Might catch T1 off guard. We'll see.
I don't know. Feels like there's a lot of T1 reinforcements here. Although
they're going to jump in. Straight towards Ana they go with the Mystic Flare. Thought they wouldn't even need it. Force has got too much damage out of the Unleash. Now they're going to chase down more as AU, no messing around. A Curse for Whitemon. A Laguna Blade as well for good measure. Why not drop a couple of ultimates just to do the mental damage?
Realizing that they don't really need the few days.
No. I'm really intrigued when Natsumi's going to consider the Scepter. I think it's an incredible item, and from what I've heard as well, can also hold that thought mid lane. Thompson. Oh, they're just baiting. Look at the turnaround from Zephyr. It terrorize onto 2. The Curse Crown as well for good measure. Natsumi considering with the ultimate, but he doesn't get it off. He pump faked the song, and now Ana's going to be in with the Chronosphere. The bash is into the roar as the chain control is ever so perfect from T1. So they get the first kill into the second, and now they can look to put some pressure.
That's the thing, right? Like, he was literally about 1.5 minutes just sitting in that tree line, but Polaris even more patient. Able to catch him out. Thompson, he's going for the rat play. Might be trying to kill Xavius here, but Cold Embrace should be able to save him, although
as well. They're gonna move in. The Bedlam from Zephyr gets the kill, but gonna sacrifice his own life, and it feels like in the end, Polaris, they're happy with that. You get the Tempest double gold, you get the kill onto Zephyr as well, and they might go high. Ideal pick off for them.
No, but it does mean that if you use the Beastmaster Hawk, then you could find a better target, right? And then you're really not as worried about dropping the Chronosphere. So all the while that AU is playing away from the team, they're just like,
well, choke point.
Can we play?
That's a lot of vision. Ana, they're all grouped up, but the Chrono, it's on to 2. The Wyvern's not going to be nearby to protect him. Force tried to jump in to chuck him out, but he wasn't able to do so. Ana, though, he's got to be cautious. A Time Walk out to the right side. The VKB will hold the back for the moment. The bashes from Force locks him into place. Ares still has a time lock to play with, but the BKB's expired, so now they can get on top of the Faceless Void and bring him down. And meanwhile, they've lost out Thompson as well. All the cores are crumbling on T1. And now they'll finally deal with Whitemon as well in the backline as Polaris. They're just too far ahead. T1, they don't have the answers to them.
And indeed, the
small wall around the triangle, just protecting Polaris. Waiting for their ultimates to come back. And now Radiant. The Lucius very far on the front line. Ana's gonna be there. Natsumi, he doesn't have the song once again, but the terrorist follow-up as well. They might finally be able to kill off the Lina. As Ana secures the first kill, they're even gonna look to buy back, but what a curse on the back line. Holding 3 into place. It'll buy them time to now to address the Faceless Void issue. They haven't got it on top of Thompson though. The Arc Warden still playing inside the river, starting to stack up the damage. Lelouch, you gotta be cautious. You just bought back. But a BKB, he can fly himself out to safety, but Thompson doesn't have the same capability as Natsumi locks onto his target. Can now try and get the ensnare out onto the TPing out Undying, but will just... And now Force is going on for more. What a incredible Marcy performance coming through from the offlaner on Polaris. I've been incredibly impressed with how he's been able to start these fights time and time again for the boys on Radiant. And it looks like we will be getting a Game 3 out of this series.
I mentioned that he would just need to do a little bit too much to be able to pull it off for them, and I mean, he has delivered in spades. They're going to try for this last defense coming through. Terrorize keeps getting pump back. They want to try and wait for Ana to be respawning. Maybe now they need to use that Terrorize. Gives them a little bit of time. Just feel like they're going to be lacking the damage still, though. Curse again.
Oh, a beautiful curse to close this one out as Polaris.
Pick, though. Against the PL, it's pretty nice, but I feel like this TA's game hasn't already 4 stacks onto the range creep, and it did about, 60 damage just on its own. So it's really easy now to be able to get these last hits and not necessarily rely purely on the Earthshaker to be able to do that. Top side, Ana is actually getting focused down here, and there we go. The strong lane, as soon as they hit level 2, are able to go for these kills, and we've even just leveled up on Xavius as well with charts, and he's not looking like stopping. They're just looking to group up around this Vlad's, looking to potentially go into the full Wraith Pact as that first item, because they have plenty of ways to be able to interrupt the Black Hole for now. It's all about the push. That's what you need.
Both of the Rivers runes going to be in some trouble. Xavius up top will go down, but the Thunder God's Wrath, and meanwhile to the bottom one, Lelouch this time will convert with the use of the Rolling Thunder. Now they're even going to look to try and take a stack away. It's just a double stack of the hard camp, nothing too crazy. Lelouch can bounce back with the help of Whitemon nearby though, but Ana's on the wrong side of the fissure. Xavius was able to drag him away, but there's no kills occurring down bottom as everyone gets out. But maybe Cuckoo can chase down Xavius. They know that the Marcy TP down bottom, so they'll look to dive under the tower. It will make him work for it, but in the end, it's going to be Thompson that gets the kill, and is up to a killing spree. But look at the move from Polaris. Instantly to mid lane they go to try and take the tier 1 tower, and they could potentially get the kill as well onto Zephyr. He's got the Echo Slam at the ready. He's going to be able to drop it onto 2 heroes, but with no one else nearby. That is a wasted Echo Slam out of Zephyr.
I mean, they're probably going to lose a tier 1 and a tier 2.
For the PL to play into.
I mean, for sure, the timing they're playing for is the
Well, it's under mid. They get the blink from Lelouch. It's a decent start, but they don't get to bounce back onto Thompson. At least the Purge going to be able to hold him inside the river. Xavier's going to try and fall with the damage as well, but Thompson's still alive for the moment. Still Force jumps in, gets him. Elephas, the answer from Cuckoo's not enough. They'll be able to charge him down, and now without the back rider, along with the Zeus, it's easy pickings for the rest of Polaris. As Lelouch can close the distance onto Whitemon, and this could open up the pit now for Polaris.
Onto a high priority hero like Ana on his TA, and you'll gladly take it. Still no way to be able to interrupt it if the Shaker's not nearby. Batrider, of course, still miles away from being able to get into the Aether Lens, let alone the Octarine Core.
Lelouch is going to be in some trouble. It's a great pickoff for T1 to find. A big streak over to Thompson. 606 gold. A little bit of gold as well into Cuckoo's bank.
Yeah, gives him the Aether Lens. So that'll be a nice little pickup for Thompson.
And a blink now. It's a pretty decent timing from Zephyr, honestly. Shard and blink at 21 minutes. Cuckoo's going to find another kill. So just Polaris bleeding a couple lives across the map, even though they got the kill previously on Ana. T1 Still showing they got the chops to be able to combat early on. Information, Natsu with the jump in, but Cuckoo, he doesn't get the initiation now. Cuckoo might be in some trouble. He's going to be protected with the BKB for a moment, but look at Lelouch just charging towards the backline, trying to create some chaos. It'll open up Xavius to move into the middle. They're onto Thompson, but he's going to be fine. A Guardian Angel buying some time so Thompson can reposition. They'll kill off Xavius. Meanwhile, Cuckoo's stuck on the high ground, but it looks like the Batrider here too will be fine as well. A great fight from T1. They only get the kill. Okay, well, Cuckoo goes down as well. But I'm quite impressed with T1 and how they're able to delta split away from that team fight. You're playing with the vision on the high ground. Even that's a big pickoff. They get the Earthshaker. It's a lot of their stun control in the middle of the fight.
They found Thompson. That's even better.
Go to the Omni Knight instead. They're onto the Whitemon Omni, but they might not be able to bring him down. Instantly utilizing the ultimate. It's going to give him enough coverage, but out to the right. Forces in. What a disastrous black hole as T1 have got no response. The ultimate to secure the team fight is dire. They need to get out. You can't lead back into the middle now. It's
positioning from AU, scouting out any kind of smokes that might bring the game back in T1's favor. The Aeon disc purchase coming out from Lelouch, making him survive during the middle of that team fight. He went onto the backlines and Anna, he was pretty good with the right clicks.
Marcy. Cuckoo's gonna get the jump as well to the Shadow Deer, but now Natsumi's showing up. A great leap from Thompson up to the high ground. The Zoo's gonna be able to reposition. Cuckoo protected for the moment with the BKB as well, but he's got some difficulties with escaping because as soon as the BKB expires, they'll close the distance and secure the kill. But Anna up to the north is having a free fight for the moment. Zephyr's gonna step in with the Echo Slam as well, but there's no damage follow-up. Kind
of feels like I feel like they need a gem on Polaris. The only thing in my eyes that's keeping them in this duel.
Onto Honor at the moment. Beautiful double fissure. Are they going to be able to move in though with this start? T1 playing the distance. Anna's going to try and get the jump. The last right click, it's enough to get the kill. It's a big one to be able to bring down. They get Marcy as well, but in the middle of the team fight, Lelouch and Natsumi, they're onto Cuckoo. It's not going to be enough damage because meanwhile, Anna is just ripping the backline apart. A triple kill for the Templar Assassin. It's going to move over towards the Pain Clear with the blink back online. Anna gets an Ultra, and all of a sudden, T1 are back in this game 3.
That'd be great. Really is hindering Cuckoo's effectiveness, but you can't go in first with the lasso onto the SD.
So it's going to pop. Let's see, they want to look to jump. Marcy is away from the team, so once they're in, they're going to lead him with the lasso to try and bring him down, but the damage isn't there. Lelouch, look at the Rolling Thunder, now the Black Hole, on to 2, and eclipse the important target on Anna. Now they can look to clean up the members of T1, as one by one they go down, and Polaris have 0 casualties. What another incredible team fight coming out from Once again from Lelouch, he's going to look to jump out, so that also gives Anna the level 25. He did go for the meld hit bash. Okay, very interesting. Bottom lane, Thompson forces in. It's, oh no, they clipped the Batrider as well, so they can't get the break. They won't be able to cancel the black holes again. Onto 2 goes the ultimate for the instant use of the buyback. T1, they need to get something out of the top, some buyback, but they're retreating. Instead, Cuckoo is out to the left. The lasso drag back with Anna nearby. They'll bring down Lelouch, and Aeon Disc will only delay it. So we're 1 for 1. The pop refresher. Oh, Force has got another black hole. This might catch them off guard.
They're playing around. Immediate ping saying, get the hell out of here. We don't want to be able to give them a way to be able to come back into this game.
Whitemon, you're very far on the front line. Same with Anna. They'll get the instance onto the real Phantom Lancer, but the chain control's not going to be there as he moves over to the right side with the Echo Slam now. They're trying to target him down, but the black hole of a lifetime! Force, where's the damage though? Natsumi's going to try and turn it back around, and Doppelganger targeting down Anna. They've got the real TA. They've got to get on Thompson. The kill, but Anna's going to buy back. He's going to try and rejoin the fight, but it might be too late as Natsumi's too far. They don't have the answers to the PL, as now they can look to clean up. Anna brought back, and he might be sent to the grave for the final time this game. But a Fissure buying some valuable seconds, but they'll toss him back into the middle of the team fight as Natsumi's locked onto his target. Anna's gone, no Thompson as well, and look at Lelouch. It might be a rampage, and you bet it is. Natsumi, give him the double rampage, and that'll be it. What a team fight to send Polaris to the grand finals and get their rematch against Talon. Oh my!
So close, yet so far, so many times.